Good morning. It's been a couple weeks, and I apologize. Life got super crazy with April. I want to pick up where we left off. So the foundation verse for Failings Ministries is Psalm 16:8. It says, "I have set the Lord continually before me. Because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken." And when my divorce began back in 2015, 2016, I didn't know what to do. My world was turned upside down. It was chaos. I lost 20 pounds within a week just because of the stress, the anxiety, the uncertainty. And so I turned to the book of Psalms and I just began reading through the Psalms because I didn't know what else to do. And so as I was reading through them, Psalm 16:8 stood out to me. It says, "I have set the Lord continually before me. Because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken." And as I was beginning to process these questions, who am I, why am I here, what am I leaving behind, and the idea of the failings, that stood out to me because in the failings, you stand side by side, your shield protects the man to your left, so you're protected by the man to your right. So because God is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. In the midst of chaos, in the midst of battle, God is at my right hand, God's shield is covering me, and I will not be shaken. And so that's the idea that really began to kind of shape where this ministry was going and what it looked like. And this past week, I have rediscovered a quote from Brennan Manning. It says, "The deepest desire of our hearts is for union with God. God created us for union with himself. This is the original purpose of our lives." And in that, we learn that life does not work apart from God. Life cannot work apart from God because God created life, and God's design for life was for us to have union with him. When Jesus came to earth, Jesus lived life. God became man. Jesus lived life as God would live life. And Jesus modeled what humanity should look like and how life should be lived. In the person of Jesus, we saw somebody who pursued deep union with God. And in the Gospels, in the Gospel of John, it says that they may be one as we are one. So Jesus was praying that his disciples and that all who would follow after them would have the same unity with God that he had, that we would be one with God as Jesus was one with God. And so with God continually before me, my focus is on him. With him at my right hand in the midst of battle, we are side by side, we're connected, we're working together as a unit. God is protecting me. And I've realized that sometimes God is silent. And this will come later. I've been working on everything that I've learned through this life and just kind of writing things down and processing things. But sometimes God is silent. And battle is chaotic. In the midst of battle, you're not always going to get an answer because there's something you have to focus on. But God is there. And that is the point of life, is for us to have union with God, for us to pursue union with God, for us to glorify God. And so with Failings Ministries, that is what we're going to do. We're going to focus on God. God's going to be continually before us. And because God is at our right hand, we will not be shaken. And that is why hell is such a horrible thing, because hell is complete separation from God. As difficult as this earth is, as difficult as life may be, as frustrating as God being silent is, hell is worse. Because in hell, there's complete separation from God. The thing that we were created for, we were created to have unity with God. And in hell, we're completely separated from God. There's no chance of unity with God. And so the whole point of these questions of who am I, why am I here, what am I leaving behind, the foundation of all of that, the only way we find the answers to any of that is through setting the Lord continually before us. And the way we endure, the way we survive, the way we process that is by having him at our right side, so we will not be shaken. So join the failings, stand firm, glorify God.